This is HCTV.
Hi, and welcome to this week's episode of HCTV. This week we have Tracy and Matt from Pittsburgh Poison, the recent world champions in the small co-ed hip-hop division. We actually had Tracy on a recent episode at the beginning of this summer, and we are adding Matt to this episode, so we're going to go ahead and have him tell us a little bit about himself.
Hi, I'm Matt Zangaro. I'm the dance director and choreographer of Pittsburgh Poison. I've been doing this for 13 years. Well, this is my 13th season, and it just gets better every single year.
Yeah, and Tracy and Matt are actually brother and sister, so they team up on the dance world together, so that's pretty awesome. And they told me that they were recently at a Vegas conference for dance, right?
Yeah, we were there for USASF Convention Week, and I'm a member of the National Advisory Board, and we're both on the Rules Committee, so we were really excited to be there in Vegas, reuniting with all of the top people in USASF dance and sharing different ideas, and we're really excited about the future.
Yep, a lot of cool changes coming this year, so we're excited.
It's really exciting. I know a lot of changes are happening in the cheer industry and dance industry itself, so those are awesome that they get to have those conferences and get ideas from the coaches.
Yeah, and it's really cool that they take our feedback, and just watching the evolution of USASF dance has been very, very cool to be a part of.
That's awesome. All right, and now that we know that they have been world champions, what are you guys doing differently in your gym? What are your athletes doing to prepare so they can reclaim that top spot?
I think when we started, we always really put a lot of time and effort into selecting our teams, as I'm sure most people do. One thing we're trying to focus on this year, as you know, we did win in the small senior co-ed division, but we also finished second in large senior co-ed, and we finished third in open international co-ed. So we are really trying we want gold in more than one category this year, so we've been focusing a lot on that.
Once you get a ring, it's addicting. Like, all you think about is how you get your next one, and how we can get more teams and have more kids in our program have this amazing experience. So like, our drive throughout the gym between me and Tracy, our coaching staff, and our kids has just been super intense, and everyone knows what it takes to get there. So I think that's really helped us this year so far.
That's awesome, and having your athletes motivated to continue, they're not relaxing that they got their world championship, right. They want another.
Yeah, and it comes from within the kids as well. The athletes want it, so they're making sure that their new teammates aren't slacking, that they're pushing forward. Right. We did start choreography much earlier this year than we have in the past, and I think a big thing with that is that Matt and I work at two different paces. I want everything done, right. And he likes to take his time, and he's just
there's
like,
no rush. It's gonna happen. I don't want to rush the development of the kids or the development of the routine, because I know what it takes to get there, and I don't want to just throw something in there for it to be taken away later at a later time.
So that's why we decided we're going to start choreography in June this year instead of August, and really let him take his time, and then we can work ideas in as we go on and develop our routines a little bit sooner in the year, rather than waiting to Worlds to put all the fireworks and special effects in.
So you guys have a nice mesh going on with your two different styles of
yeah.
coaching.
We've been obviously, I'm 7 years older than Matthew. We've been working together. He's been a part. Our mom was my cheerleading coach.
Oh, God.
He was always in the gym and in the dance studio with us.
Right.
So he's grown up. There's two other sisters between the two of us. So he's just always been around it. And by now, it's like our methods, although we're so different, it's a perfect blend.
Perfect duo.
We still get into arguments and fight, brother and sister fights and owner boss fights. So sometimes we don't get along every day, but it works out. I think the conflict actually helps us.
For sure.
Yeah.
And you can definitely tell on the floor in your teams. That's awesome.
Thanks.
So we also know that you guys had your ring ceremonies recently, and that's awesome. Tell us a little bit about that and that experience.
Well, the ring ceremony was great. We won Worlds back in May 1st, I think it was. May 1st, and so they make you wait all summer to get these rings, and like every single day it's like, when are they coming in, and you see some other programs start to get their rings, and you're like, well, okay, ours are coming in, and they're not there, and it seems like forever, and then we get the emails in the mail, it's coming, it's on its way, and then it's just like, oh my god, they're coming, and the day you get it, it's just incredible.
Yeah, so Matthew wanted us to, my husband actually was there to pick up the package.
Okay.
We were already in the gym and he's like, tell him to bring them down right now and let's just hand them out. And I'm like, we can't just do that. We have to make this special for our team. So it ended up that we planned a night and we surprised the kids with limo transportation, and we took them down to Mount Washington where we got team photos, and then we took them to dinner afterwards. And it was really nice. We invited their families to attend. So it was a good sized group. It wasn't too big and it wasn't, just us and the team. And we did have a moment where we all got to go around and share our favorite memories that we had of the season. It was very emotional because we're just all so proud. So we got to relive the entire year together as a group one more time. It was really nice.
Yeah, and that's awesome. You guys have like a program where kids are like growing up and then they have that moment with you guys. It's just like icing on the cake.
Yeah, one of the best things too for us is that in our family, our youngest cousin Jared is the captain of our team. So us together with him, and he's been with us since he was 5 years old, dancing since he's 5,
Right.
and so I mean that's a long time for him to be watching. He watched his sister dance at the first Dance Worlds, and then finally he's the one who gets to help us bring in the gold medal.
Right, and that's awesome.
We've just seen these kids grow up from little beginners to world champions, and to see that progression, it is amazing. So it's special.
Yeah, and I'm sure that ring ceremony really captured all the moments in that.
It did.
So. And I was just wondering, did you guys have anything else to add to this episode? Do you have anything else?
Yeah, we would just like to say thank you to HotCheer, to Jen, to Kelly, and to Travis, and the whole family for inviting us here and being such good friends to us. We've known you guys for such a long time, and we have such a respect for this program. So it feels great that you guys have invited us here, and we're really proud of you guys too.
Of course. I love having you guys. I know I've seen you guys. Me growing up in cheerleading, I love seeing familiar faces. Every showcase, every competition, every local competition, I love it.
It's nice to have friends on
Definitely.
different programs. So.
Definitely is. Thank you guys so much for coming. I really enjoyed having you, and I hope we stay in touch. Of course we will.
We will. Good luck in school too.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Our Twitter question from this week is from Haley, and her question is asking, how do we think of new pro shop items? And that is a really complicated question to answer, but not complicated at the same time. We actually have a team on our staff that helps to put the pro shop items together. And how we come up with those items is based off of like what's popular in our culture now. We hear a lot of chatter in the lobby sometimes of what parents want and what athletes want. And we also see on social media what you guys want and you guys are telling us, and we kind of try and put all those items together and see what's going to be the most popular and what's going to sell well, and that's how we go about what we pick on what we really want. And then that goes into a kind of a designing process with the company that we're going through to get those items. And it's a big long process just to get items into our pro shop, and it's well thought out. We're always thinking like 7 items in advance of whenever you're seeing whatever's coming up on Sizzling Tuesday or the new sock or whatever. We're always thinking about what's coming up in the future. So we always have projects going on and what we're going to release into the pro shop. And just so you guys know, we have a lot coming for you this season. It's going to be a nonstop process. I'm going to be up at school, but I know I'll be helping Steve with trying to figure out new products and designing them and working with companies. So it's a fun, exciting process to try and figure out what's going to look good, what are people going to be excited about. And I just got the first experience with designing the sock and communicating with that company and getting that released to everybody here at HotCheer. And I've got a lot of feedback, so make sure you guys are ordering those as well as all of our pro shop items and our Sizzling Tuesdays. It's a lot of fun, so we want to keep those processes, our design processes, flowing. So if you guys have any ideas, make sure you're hashtagging AskHCTV as well as your questions. We want to get those pro shop items to you as well as your questions on these episodes. Thank you. As you guys know, summer is coming to a close and it's time to get back to school. I wanted to thank you guys for allowing me to be the summer host of HCTV and get this thing started. I had a lot of fun. I got to meet a lot of amazing people. But even though you won't be seeing me as often, I'll be around here every once in a while over the year. but make sure you guys are still tuning in to these episodes. I know we have a lot of new hosts coming on, so it'll be a lot of exciting things going on this season, going to competitions. I can't wait to go, and it'll just be a lot of fun. But I wanted to thank you guys again for having me this summer, and we will see you again next time. See ya.